Hi, this is Tony Sagami. Hey, there were some pretty significant events going on across the Pacific Ocean in Japan last week. They held their national elections, and in a landslide victory, the liberal Democratic Party of Japan overthrew the incumbent liberal Democratic Party of Japan. Now, don't let that name fool you, even though it's called liberal. It really is the conservative pro-business branch. It's analogous to our Republican Party. But here's what really matters, though. That liberal Democratic Party had been in power since 1955. So you're talking about 50 years of almost continuous rule, other than a short 11-month period. And so that was the big business, the pro-exporter, and even pro-American party. And so this changeover in Japan is really significant. Because now that you've had not only a change in first time in 55 years, but also you have a new power with overwhelming majority. They won 308 out of the 480 seats of government, with a new direction and directive from the people to stimulate the domestic economy. So I think you're going to see a big change away from the pro-business, pro-exporters, to more of the companies that do domestic consumption. They're already talking about making cash stimulus handouts to Japanese families. Sounds familiar to the U.S., doesn't it? And they're also talking about dramatically increasing their debt load to finance their stimulus. And so I think what you're going to see is, just like we've seen in China, a huge government effort to stimulate their economy. I suspect it's going to be very, very successful. But you have to be very careful. Stay away from the big exporters, the Sonys, the Toyotas. Those guys are in trouble because the party that gave them all the tax breaks and subsidies is no longer in power. Instead, you want to focus on the companies that are doing the more domestic consumption. A good example is Wacoal, W-A-C-O-A-L, and the ticker symbol is W-A-C-L-Y. That's a small company. It makes women's lingerie and underwear. A very successful company, and it's doing extremely well, and I suspect it's going to do even better now that the new party's in force. So political events can have important impacts on the investments, and this new change in the Japanese political system is going to make a big difference. So take a look at Japan now, but remember, there's going to be haves and have-nots. This is Tony Sagami. Until next week.